Good evening, good evening. Hopefully tonight will be a longer one. A longer detection. Okay, just getting Twitch sorted on my phone quickly. Like I do every time. Okay, greatest homeless detective. I was gonna sell balls but couldn't, right? Because it's, oh fucking, I need to restart. Sorry, 2 seconds. I should just do this before the stream starts. Every time. My game doesn't seem to want to sync either, that's not good. There we go. Dude, I only have 7 hours in this game. Apparently this game's 40 hours long on as just its story. That's insane. But I mean, I don't feel like I've made that much progress, and I have been playing for 7 hours, so... The thing with these detective games is... It does feel like that sometimes, where it's like, oh, nothing's giving, and then everything suddenly gives in like the last hour of the game. What's going on? Here we go. I don't think the store will be open for me to go and sell these bottles. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's go and pay this guy and go to bed. Okay.
Can I help you? Yes. Have you got it?
Yes, I do. I'll be polite.
Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Okay.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay.
Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Oh, okay. Way more reasonable.
Here too.
Humans as well.
Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
It's
You could have one.
It's nothing. He's holding nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker?
Because you're not a
That's
bartender?
right. I'm the cafeteria manager. I'm glad we cleared that. Was there anything else?
I feel like you would still serve people drinks if you managed to...
This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Like what?
Okay, let's not deal with that.
Yes?
Doors bolted, Simon's kitchen for personnel. Oh, kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 PM. Oh, I leveled up. Hell yeah. I got the electrochemistry thing, so I don't really need that. What's half-light? Let the body take control, threaten the people? Definitely not. Reaction speed could be cool. It's interesting because I was an arguing detective, but I mean, I guess mine's just really good by base, though. What's logic? Deduce the world. How many skill points do I have? Just the one. Hand-eye coordination, perception, savior fair or savoir faire, interfacing. What's this? Master machines, pick locks and pockets. Intimidate the public. What's volition? I'm really bad at this. I'll keep your morale up. Damage -2. Ah, I see. Shrug off the pain they have to hurt you more. Flex powerful muscles. Enjoy healthy organs. I don't know. Maybe I should save this until I need it. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll save it till I need it. Let's talk to these guys, see if they know anything. It seems like they do not know anything. Okay.
The door is closed.
Oh.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
Nah. Nah. Smoking is like, even in real life, it's something I've never been fucking interested in.
We should talk about our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Okay.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here, our rights, our jurisdiction, basically.
I didn't know you
I
smoked.
have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
Interesting.
Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy.
Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool.
Alright, you know what? I said I was pretty against it 2 minutes ago, but now that he's doing it, I want to do it.
But I only brought one with me.
That's what peer pressure
One
is.
cigarette every night while going over my notes.
Okay.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
We inspected the victim's body.
God, music's a bit loud.
It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it.
Sorry, can I... I don't know why the music's going like crazy loud at the moment. This hasn't been a problem before.
I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
Okay.
Then you shot the body down, which was quite the shot.
I was inspired by your confidence in me.
I admit I wasn't sure whether I should give you the gun, but I'm glad I did. Your shot enabled us to...
Well, high five, we'll be best friends. That'll make us better detectives.
We can really work with. Moreover, you found that the hanged man wasn't just hanged, he was also shot. That was some excellent detective work.
That's
and
good.
You managed to locate and pull out the bullet, so we can get ballistics, make off the gun. All this is invaluable.
No big
The
deal.
rest is up to the boys in processing. Maybe they will surprise us by doing their job for once, but I wouldn't count on it.
Okay.
There's still work to be done at the crime scene, however. We mustn't forget that. Now for the interviews.
And the initial interviews is where we talked to some people. I wish you didn't have to do. I'll do 2 because I don't think they went well.
A daunting adversary, if there ever was one.
Yeah, no kidding.
He wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information, however.
Very true.
He's not saying much on the matter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
I'm sure I can get him to tell us
Claire also
more.
helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief.
What I haven't ruined yet, or is it? I think it's a cool name.
Moving on. We tried to interview the Wild Palms rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it.
Okay.
I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
That's true.
If Kim is emphasizing something with this much, it really must be important.
True.
Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
Get to
I
get
have a really
healthy.
good theory about why you're running so fast, son. Just you wait until we get up tomorrow.
I don't like to waste time. My mind moves fast, that's gonna keep up. I'm training for a long distance run. Yeah, it's just how we roll. Let's do this
It's
one.
impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills. Nice shoes, by the way.
Thanks.
Light green goes with the orange.
So what are our
That
powers
quite limited,
exactly?
actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Can we even
most
arrest people?
frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses.
Okay.
In accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
Uh,
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station.
okay.
Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not
The
more?
RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Interesting.
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing
Oh, we
someone
can
to
arrest
our
people.
aid,
Okay,
it's
cool.
preferable to serve a station cold sleep. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
How can you be sure the arrested will show
You
up?
can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus
Interesting.
far, they seem to mostly show up. We are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal.
Have you ever killed
Yes.
anyone?
The last time was 4 years ago.
Damn, he's killed more than one person.
He has internalized it well. It's just that. A fact. A self-contained past event.
Have I ever
That's
killed
an
anyone?
improbability. Perhaps even impossibility.
He probably
Precinct
has.
41 is known for a higher than average rate of police violence. You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness.
Interesting.
Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone.
That's good.
Which is for the best.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if it was an abusable system, but it sounds rigid, which is
We
good.
don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta.
Okay.
The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
Ah, okay. And who makes all
The
the
coalition
rules?
government and the moral intern more broadly.
Okay.
The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
Okay.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
It sounds more like a government thing.
It's probably more honest, yes. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Okay, cool.
Or if they think you do.
I'm just gonna check something quickly. I just want to hear if my PC's getting picked up when I'm speaking, if the fan is, because I'll need to turn down the gain if so. So I'm just going to go to my own stream. We'll mute the sound on stream quick. And then I will keep speaking. It sounds fine, right? There's no background noise? Maybe a little, but not like noticeable. Okay, fine. Right, okay, sorry, back into it. That's good to know, it's been bugging me. Okay.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
Don't really know how
Okay.
bad it is.
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt.
Okay.
Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP.
Oh, so it's like a
the
world
IS,
government.
Most intergovernmental organizations.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Okay.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
Was their
Interesting
symbol?
question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Yeah.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something ominous.
Oh my god.
Something even a little feminine, but in a strict manner. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Who is Dolores
A
Day?
historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
Okay. What do you think of
Moral
them?
intent are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it
That's
doesn't look like that's
That's interesting. I guess that's a good way to look at politics, especially if you don't have any control over it. Like, there's no point getting worked up if he can't do anything. Lieutenant Archer's Brian posts right. Things are bad at their point of the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Revachol. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen them place? This isn't humanism. Prestige of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois rights. Most silently, immigrants liberal. The fucking Reddit rant. On second thought, I don't have an opinion. I'm so glad I didn't read that one out loud. It's one of these two. I don't know if necessarily having more police power would do it, because then they would feel oppressed. I think this is the
We are in
one.
what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Maybe we should make our own law.
Like a revolutionary, not a cop. But hypothetical aside, in Martinez we already are vigilantes. At least the
Oh,
union
interesting.
thinks so. I expect our job here to prove quite
Oh,
true.
right, yeah, the union thing. Of course they do.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuraga's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. Two glowing circles.
They really don't like us here. And the mouse...
Nah, that's true.
Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they
It's
like
our
this?
fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our two precincts.
That makes sense.
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
So the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night
It's
sky.
incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works. Our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will do good. I don't believe in the doomer.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for that.
Yes, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Puts the stub of a cigarette and looks away. And looks to the door. In we go. Smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Can't put more points in a skill. I think I'll just have drugs raise skills. Like I'm playing Fallout. See you, Kemp. Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the
Oh my
expression.
god. Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
It belongs
Hey.
in the new, the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
Okay.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened.
I do like disco.
Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume Lamillion, out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open-air boîte de nuit somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
So I does it.
Everyone
Why?
loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains.
Okay.
The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume Lamillion's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head.
Okay.
Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume Lamillion, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous.
Yeah, how long ago? Probably like 20 years?
There is a vast ocean of time between right now
Ooh, 2
and the
decades.
expression. Looking good
What a
on you
read.
or anyone. 2 decades. If
I've been paying
time is
attention.
Trusted. Humanity has run aground in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic.
Who am I? Why did I become a cop? Yeah,
You
sure.
have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return.
Does
You
this have
should prepare yourself for that.
anything to do with ostentatious
Not
orchestrations?
really. OO must have just stirred your mind. They're more like a disco rock band anyway.
I guess that's it
It
then.
doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
Should I get 3%? I'd have to roll double 6 for it. Why not?
It's too late.
Yeah.
Like an image on film. The
Okay. That's fine.
The fan stands still. A terrible mistake.
Oh.
Turn the lights off immediately. The lights are off.
Oh. More money for me.
The window stands broken in its frame.
Look
You
out.
see some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. Dark phantoms with many tiny eyes, chaotically arranged and not looking at you.
Okay, let's sleep.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The whole bed looks awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes.
I probably shouldn't have used my morale saving
And
things
then
and stuff.
sleep doesn't come.
Oh.
And then sleep doesn't come.
But I want to sleep.
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Roll over.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve
This is the
case,
greatest
isn't it?
disco of all time. Who killed him?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing
I wonder if you can
waves.
actually solve shit in this
Your
bit.
breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Okay. Let's go see the body, I guess. Oh, hello, me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember
Do
nothing.
you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Said
Do
who?
you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth? You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets, wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
Oh.
Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me.
I'm assuming he was left.
That's right, funky baby.
Yeah.
And you just stood there. One
I had a
hand
feeling
on
he
the
didn't leave
bottle
her.
and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
Maybe he wants a new
They
life.
were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
Was Elysium?
Everything. The pale and the useless. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
This is interesting because I thought this was him visualizing the dead person before, because this is the same voice as the dead guy I found, but I guess it's his like inner monologue or his inner demons or something.
You were just talking to
Yeah,
yourself.
okay.
That's all you ever do.
Because he's obviously wrestling
Even
with some
your
pretty
dreams.
fucking difficult stuff,
And the act is
despite
wearing
being
thin.
completely wiped out mentally.
Spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky
Ancient
boy.
reptilian brain.
You're not coming back from shit, thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
There's another
Oh
type.
yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
And he's back. What a horrible... That would suck. If this was what sleeping was like all the time. Oh, thank God that healed my morale. I don't know how in the fucking world it would have.
Good going, buddy. Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What's going on with me?
Why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it?
Why is this
It's
happening?
just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster.
Oh, okay. He's a fucking drug addict
You're
and he's
too
having
weak to
withdrawal.
say
Got
no
it.
now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
I'm not going to go looking for
Are you
speed.
sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
I can do this without
Suit
speed.
yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark.
Okay, I got... So I'm actually going to put one in Volition. Where is that? Ah, here. Oh, I got +1 to Volition. Oh no, I didn't. I will +1 it though, because that helps me on morale checks and stuff. Conceptualization. Maybe logic's a good one to have. Rhetoric. Like the actual lie and detect lies. -1 from that. Maybe that's not worth doing. Spirit to corpse. Charming a woman. Play the puppet master. Maybe some more visual. Actually, this one, I don't know. It's so hard to pick skill points in this. I'm gonna go for this one. Just pure logic. I think that's a good one to have. Go look in the mirror again, see what's
A
happening.
mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Gumball.
your hands.
Oh my god, I almost got it.
Can't manage this task on their own. You should get your chain cutters out.
Oh.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Still low.
In it, your face.
Gumball.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
That sucks, man. If I didn't equip these first, I would have got it. Do I want a bath?
This is not the cleanest bathtub in the world, but it's cleaner than you are right now. Ah, that soap scum smell. It smells like life, at least compared
Let's
to
have a
bathtub.
bath.
Slowly fills with water. The water beckons. The water is only lukewarm, but still comforting, like amniotic fluid. A few beer cans are bobbing up and down along your flank, like sad duckies. You feel nice and lonely, and so tired.
Sorry, 1 second. Right, sorry. I'm back. Take the beer cans out, definitely.
Now you are alone with your thoughts in the tub. But it's easier than being alone with your thoughts outside the tub. They're not even really thoughts, just assorted sensations. None of them acute enough to focus on.
Linger in the
Your
tub.
fingers grow pale and are covered with tiny whirls as the water cools.
Imagine
You see the
something.
corpse. You can still smell the cadaver on you. It's going to take more than one bath to get rid of that stench. Then, Houses along a narrow street. A video rental. Darkness on the planet's curvature.
Okay,
The
let's
water
back
line
out.
recedes as you stand. You are cold now. Your clothes stick to your still moist
I mean, it's got to
skin.
be better than it was, right? In terms of stink. Red for 15 degrees centigrade, dull. Give this one a
The
knock,
door
maybe?
is still no answer. Still nothing.
Huh, I wonder where Kim is. Oh, oh. I think the front page rings a bell. Strange. Ooh. Oh, the union's here. That's good. And Kim's here. Good morning, Kim. Do you want to speak?
Morning. I've got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep.
Good,
I'm just glad
thanks.
he's gone. We have other matters to attend to.
True.
The lieutenant is downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done. And now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently.
The union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them. Everything points to the dock workers union. The belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud.
Oh yeah, right.
Circumstances in
For the
Martinez,
murder they committed,
hiding
sure.
information,
Sure.
which may, of course, all be wrong. But I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here,
Okay.
men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys.
Interesting.
Responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
So maybe they police this guy who's dead. These the men guard told us about
I
yesterday.
completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
Alright.
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Okay.
In fact, even the death of two detectives might not warrant an all
Uh,
war. So let's keep it cool.
Alright, great.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Okay.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
I think we should go and do that other
They're
thing
in no
first.
hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
I'm gonna do this later. If we can do this any time of the day, there's no point doing it now.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Well, I'm loaded, buddy.
Just a moment.
The woman turns to the cafeteria
She's
manager.
agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Oh.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway.
Uh,
I'm glad to see you again, dear.
everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
We could use Kim's
The
car?
union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the
The
phone
manager
line?
was vague about it.
Oh.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Okay.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh.
I was also
Is he the
hoping
dead
she'd heard
guy?
from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
That's just it. This isn't like him at
Oh,
all.
is he dead?
Always plans his expeditions
Is he dead
so
and hanging
carefully.
outside? That
But
could be
you have
bad.
more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect.
That's cool.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
Oh, the bridge is out, isn't it?
What could be keeping them?
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
Okay.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life. Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical
Well,
problem.
whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Yeah, that's fine. It's our job.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
I hope it does.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
Of course.
Oh, you're
That's
such a
easy.
dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Uh,
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Of course, dear.
yeah, let's go. I don't have time. We're busy. We're investigating murderers. Aroma of spices, alcohol, and tomato hangs in the air. Bloody Mary?
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Okay.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please.
Okay.
It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air. The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures.
Yeah, what's the
The man
borscht
says
making?
a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Okay.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Borscht need more vodka?
Ah.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Interesting.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some. Turning
Yeah.
it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg. The cook gives you a long, inspecting look. He smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the
Time to go then.
You see a heavy steel door with you immediately feel drawn to the color. Blue is for mystery.
Touch the
color
door.
of blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. It leads to a side building adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined.
Ah.
Whatever is behind it must be
Okay,
old.
I'm assuming it's not going to
The
open
door
then.
does not
Yeah.
budge.
I don't know where this door leads.
It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation. Gart is the person to ask about this.
Okay, let's go talk to Gart then. Because we've got 2 things for him now.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with...
Oh.
Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Okay. So the phone's dead.
And the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers. Who told you that? Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of assholes around here who aren't murderers.
That's true.
If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it.
What's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse.
Sounds like someone's been wondering about it for 10 years.
Boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that.
Okay.
Yes?
I need to go back to the ice cream shop, actually. Oh, hello.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Oh, okay, she's rude now.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the dock workers union.
Ah, okay.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy.
I think I've launched into an investigation I didn't want to launch into yet.
Maybe he does.
Okay.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest.
She says nothing.
Oh,
Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Okay.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands. In her face.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men. Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Damn, she's really rude now.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Sure.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
That's not true.
Just dock workers? Do dock workers spy on the police? We let you off easy, miss. Don't think it will happen again.
True.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
That was running your series. Socialist. Go for this
Get
one.
sober. Do your job. Ask your questions and get the hell.
Talk to him later. Okay, it's good to know who she really is. The book appears to be Erotica without actual erotica. Alright. I think I needed to look around here a little bit more.
The barbell waits patiently on
Oh
the
no,
floor.
I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh god, I remember the way we're through here. This way? Nope, this appears to be a back room. Oh, I missed this though. Oh, some money. Hell yeah. Okay. Did I go through here? I feel like I didn't. Choosing a puddle melting snow, the floorboards creak. Oh, this is the upstairs bit, right? Yeah. The tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice. Hundreds of them. The candy dispenser's been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Hello, I'm Nia.
Oh, novelty dice
Did you try
maker.
knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius.
Okay.
So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with the masquerade for now.
Okay.
She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
Oh, okay.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have me
Then
confused
how
with
did you
something
get
else.
inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something
why are you asking me
I'm a
about
novice
dice?
dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Choosing buying dice right now and police officer. I'll just skip to the
Of course,
chase.
I can see that. I just thought you were a police officer looking for dice.
And you just
How
want a
did I
dice maker.
become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order.
Do you
I
like
did it,
role-playing
not
games yourself?
especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
That's good.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window. Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
Okay.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid. I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
Interesting.
It's light
No
here,
lights out there?
but dark in the yard at night.
Yeah, okay.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside.
So there's no lights in the
Besides, I
courtyard,
rarely
that's
get up
interesting.
to look out the window when I'm in the zone. It's an odd profession, making dice for people, but I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
She nods.
Anything else, officer? Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Only cursed dice.
I think I have just the right one for you.
Red and blue are cradled in her palm.
Police colours.
Because I'm a police
Not
officer,
the most
right?
original, I know, but sometimes the obvious choice is obvious because it's best.
Okay.
Here, catch. They're a gift from me.
Ah.
A beautiful woman tossing you a gift. Whatever you do, don't overthink it.
Let them fall to the
Two
ground.
tiny pieces of carved stone drop to the floor and scatter in opposite directions, like pearls from a broken string. The blue one disappears down the pit in the center of the room.
Ah, down the drain, like your career. I apologize, officer. That comment was unnecessary. That one is made of bloodstone with a lapis lazuli inlay. The other one was the inverse. They were a set, you see, but now the set is broken. It's a shame. They might have brought you luck. You definitely need luck in Martinez.
Yeah, maybe I should have gone for
Is
it.
she pitying you? Good God, she's pitying you.
Now, was there anything else? We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace.
Okay.
It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
That's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Welcome to all the companies.
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
She's convinced the place is small and
Plaisance, the bookshop
malicious.
lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energy spared her somehow?
It's just bang, it's time for strikes again. Don't know why the bookstore isn't going bang around shit. Let's go for this one.
But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Yeah, that one looks fine.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million.
Damn, 14 years? That's a long time.
Yet somehow
Everything's
I've
good.
survived
Doing good,
despite the talk
thanks.
of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
It's because you're competent and dedicated. The curse will get you. Plaisance thinks you're the malignant entity.
What does that even mean? Some kind of sorceress? What about you, officer? Do you think I'm the malignant entity?
No.
The time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this.
Yeah, I think this is. There's no
Exactly.
curse whatsoever.
Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
True.
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
Shiver's legendary. Why hasn't her business failed? Oh my god.
More or less. Are you interested?
I'll
in
try
anything
after this, I
specific?
guess.
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
To your hair salon
I
here.
think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something.
Did you hear they
similar.
released
They
more
were
based
a
on
big
the
hit
85,000?
around here.
Yeah.
Turns out that working class
I can't believe they re-released it, man.
they're scared of that word.
They should just put it on Disney Plus or something, it'll get more views than it ever did. Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna go and see it. It's crazy.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
The thing that sucks is if they go really hard into the meme and they make Morbius 2 is Morbin time or whatever, they won't go hard enough on it, and he'll say some stupid shit like you're gonna get morbed or whatever, but they won't commit full blown into like a dumb meme movie, and then it'll be actually god awful. I don't know why they thought that people would want to see the movie again. Unless it was recut to include multiple like Morbin time.
It's not about the haircut.
Memes.
It's about the confidence.
So I don't really have any opinion on hairstyles. Yeah.
Me neither. I just want it off my face.
What happened to the
It
gym?
wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth?
It was just him being in
Yes,
Doctor Strange with
of course
Obi-Wan.
he
I haven't
has
seen that one
monkeys in the
yet.
backyard.
I try to avoid seeing Doctor Strange stuff because I haven't seen the film.
I think it would take more than a
I like the one where
to
Obi-Wan
catch
shoots him in the head though.
A kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
How do you like Community Project
It
work
didn't.
out?
If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
Great.
Should have known it. It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Oh, that is the Doctor Strange one? Oh, right. I thought that was just actually a bit of Morbius.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding.
Obviously, I mean, obviously the fucking
This was a few years ago.
Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't
Scott
shoot
and
Morbius in the
Martin
head.
also around the
But I thought that was
pilot
just a
in
scene
the
from, like, I thought they just imposed Morbius into number 3. I also have broken windows.
This one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own. It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims.
Oh my god.
Some people pay good money to get off on it.
So it's like the dark radio. The deep
What does
radio.
she mean to get off?
Such good editing to make it look like shaky cameras. Yeah, it's really well done.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Okay.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators. You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
Oh, great.
But what drugs exactly?
Anything else? There
Mannequins.
used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came. Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either. They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
Interesting.
And you know how all kinds
Tonight,
of
horror
political
night?
movements are big in
Oh
these
shit,
days.
it's Saturday.
Activists shut down
It should have
this
been.
chitin supplier
I didn't realize either.
skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Yeah, it definitely should have been.
Really? Anyway. They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their shift executive
Alright, I'll play a
took
horror
off
game like
on a
literally after I'm done
vacation
talking to her,
with
because I
all their
totally
money.
forgot.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or the usual, I imagine. But he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait
This is
to
a
get
pretty
started
spooky time.
on
We'll
them
make it
just
Horror
as
Night in
soon
the
as he gets a
chat.
chance.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them?
Oh boy,
That's
the
one
famous
Tice Farm
rubber show
Bear.
ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Okay.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
They shut up at all.
Employing Soki teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the... And they already had the bear. The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Bradshaw Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Glace 5000. Glace 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges. You did what? Ugh, of course they left it plugged in. Even in death, the bear is costing them money. The taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherian.
Sounds cool.
Oh, I totally understand. Anything else? Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. I'm listening. Good. I hope it clarified
I'll try
things
this,
a
but I
bit.
don't think I'll pass
I
it.
feel
Yeah.
nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one.
Okay. I'm gonna save this and we'll play Scary Game. I forgot about that. What scary game have I got? I started playing that like Resident Evil clone. But I didn't like it that much. It was kind of boring. But I guess I could play it for a little bit. Oh. What's it called? You know, maybe I just missed it. I can't be bothered tonight. I think I'm just gonna call my stream tonight. Can't be bothered. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll play Spooky Sunday. I need to get a horror game to play that doesn't suck ass though. I have a couple on my wish list, so maybe we'll just pick one of them up and go for it. But I'm gonna head off for the night. I will see you tomorrow.